and welcome to Fibertown. This is episode 92. It's 12/16/14, and I'm Emily, Chain of Fools on Ravelry, and Fibertown with an RE on Instagram. I have a friend, Alice, is here today. She was about to fall asleep, but I'm going to make her say hi. There she is. She missed you guys last week, but I had an awesome co-host last week, Leanne. Thank you so much, Espresso Knitter, for being on the show. That was super fun. And to Leanne and everyone, I apologize for the technical terribleness of last week. I don't know what it is, but every time Leanne is here, my camera starts to misbehave. But it may not be her fault because I started to record on my usual camera today, and guess what didn't work well? Yeah, I didn't get more than 30 seconds in. So I am trying something new with the built-in webcam on a desktop, which I have lugged into my living room / yarn room / library / music room. And yeah, so here we are. Welcome! So if last week was your first time viewing, please try again because that was unusual. And who knows, maybe I'm even going to do technical stuff today. I don't know. Maybe there'll be bells and whistles. Probably not. We'll see. Okay, I want to say hello and welcome to Stitch Mistress. She introduced herself on the introductions thread on the Rav board, Fibertown podcast. And she is Sharon from New York, and she knits, she spins, she processes fleece, I believe, and she taught at Rhinebeck. How cool is that? You didn't say what you taught, Sharon, so I'd be interested to know. So this week we have FOs, whips, spinning acquisitions, up and coming, and Ask Fibertown. It's been an interesting week here, and I have a sleeping dog in my arms. She was all peppy earlier and doing shenanigans for your viewing pleasure. Oh, big sigh. But she decided that was enough. Maybe she'll wake up later and entertain us. Right, Al? Okay, so my FO, my first FO, my only knitting FO today is this amazing shawl, if I do say so myself. This is Another Door Opens by Sarah Bauer, who is Sarah Pomegranate on Ravelry, and I like to wear it just like that. And she has the Yarns at Ian Who podcast. Now, this is a pattern she gifted to me, and I love it. I love it. It is not exactly written to the pattern because I used hand spun and I used like a light worsted to bulky weight to knit this, whereas the pattern calls for fingering weight. So I did not knit the whole pattern because it was big and I was starting to run out of yarn. I did spin most of this border yarn today. This is the Rambouillet Corriedale Cross that I got at Rhinebeck this year as a fleece. So I've processed a little bit of it, and yeah. So I spun, I don't know, maybe 200 yards to do the border, and I just spun it as I needed it. How cool is that? The rest is from a loop bump, one of her newer loop bumps where she has shorter color repeats, which appeals to my lack of focus, as it were, when I'm spinning. Because on the traditional loop bumps you get, and yes, I know you can see that hole right there. That is my fault. On the traditional loop bumps, if you're not seeing it, now you're seeing it right there. On the traditional loop bumps, you have very long color repeats, and you're spinning that one color for forever, and look at that detail down there. Isn't that pretty? Anyway, this is one of her newer bumps, and it was called Potpourri. So it looks great with my penannular brooch, just wrapped around and closed. However, it's long enough that I can tie and make it into a shrug. I can tie it in the back. I've been wearing this a lot at night. The loop part is so squishy and soft, and this was chain plied to preserve the color repeats. And the color on this camera, the saturation is very, very high, I think. I don't know. It's not quite true, but it's not bad either. The pinks are less pink and more red and brown, so. Beautiful, beautiful shawl. Smells beautiful. I really like that new soak scent, the fig. It's nice and spicy. In fact, I'm calling this whole shawl project Spices, which is the name of my son's favorite sushi restaurant. Also, you needed to know that. Okay, so my other works in FOs are crocheted. It's been a coon's age since I have crocheted anything. These are teacher gifts for my daughter's teachers. And I have acquired gift cards. Here's one of them. I have acquired gift cards to that nameless coffee place. And there's an example of one cozy that I made. This is the 15-minute coffee sleeve by Jana Ventura. Yeah, this is my first one, so the button placement's a little weird. But look at that. It looks like, I don't know, it looks like knit stitches. It's a free pattern. It's crocheted into the third loop. Half double crochet into the third loop, which is not the V, but the part that's on the outside of the stitch. It's very easy. It's hard to explain, but anyway, that was my first go at it. And then these are finished, but not woven in ends. These are just scraps. Let me see if I can get a good look at that one. This is Dream in Color Classy in the Happy Forest. And I have 2 of those. There's another one. These will need a button. And then the gift card will go inside the cup. Yay! Oh, this is Dragonfly Fibers. Traveler in Bad Moon Rising. I made a barley hat out of that. And oh, I have this one as well. I'm not sure what I think of this one. It's too variegated. I may do a plain purple one for another teacher. This is creatively dyed. This is very, very variegated. Oh, little doggy. She's all tucked her head down under my arm. So yes, some crocheted. I mean, they're just like, they're an H hook. They take 10 or 15 minutes, literally, to finish. I finished 2 of them at a piano lesson the other day. So excellent. And that sort of ties into my Ask Fibertown question, but I'll save that for later because I want to show you my works in progress. Okay. First off, I have my handspun cowl. This started out to be an MPG, my multi-purpose garment pattern. It's not going to end up being that. The yarn is much thinner than would make an effective MPG. And I think it'll just be really well suited to a long, started beeping. Did you hear that, Al? No? This would be much better suited to a very long cowl. So let me see if I can capture the colors correctly. This is Gourmet Stash Handspun. Oh, that's getting there. Let's show you the other side. It's different everywhere you look. This is her Hallows and Horcruxes Halloween Unclub. So you see a lot of greens and browns, and there's a lot of sparkle that's not quite showing up, but it matches my fingernails this week, which are just flaking off and terrible. I rarely wear fingernail polish, and this is why, because I do a lot with my hands, and I cannot keep it looking nice. And then you have to wait for it to dry, and who has time? We need to be knitting. Who has time to wait for it to dry? This was a really quick dry polish. It's supposed to look like beluga caviar. It has like actual raised bumps and sparkle. Looks pretty terrible. It's been on there for 2 days. So anyway, this has a lot more sparkle than is showing up, and it's just really, I think it's going to be really nice when it's on and it's wrapped around twice. I can't wait to be done with it. One thing about this is that I'm carrying like 6 balls of yarn at once. So the join looks terrible. It's terrible. Really bulky and just yucky. And the join is kind of traveling like diagonally. So yeah, you can sort of see it right there. Oops. And there's the inside. That will just show me where the back of it goes. It has to stay in the back of my neck under my hair. So I'm super duper enjoying it. It's squishy. It's super soft. There's cashmere in there. There's super fine merino. It's lovely. So I've been working on this while I binge watch Sons of Anarchy. There is some serious eye candy that allows me to get past all the rednecky violence. I didn't mean to offend anybody there, but yes, I'm really enjoying it. Okay, socks. My other punk rock sock is on the needles. And yeah, I had met up with an old colleague of mine and we chatted and I knit this much. Not much going on, but it's the Gourmet Stash Stout Sock. It's a Corriedale nylon blend, and these are on my Chinese eBay needles, Jinquei, US 1.5, 2.5 millimeters. Excuse me. I need to cast on some nunchucks for my son's Christmas present. He's been asking for them for forever. And they're going on the needles today or tomorrow. So hopefully they'll be quick. That's from Kung Fu Knits by Elizabeth Green Musselman. It's a really cool book. So if you didn't catch our review, my son and I reviewed it together, go take a look. Yeah, so he's really looking forward to those. So those will be, hopefully I'll be podcasting next week. I'll have to send everyone out of the house. Because, man, the holiday break this year includes a long stretch before the actual Christmas event. So that'll be challenging, getting everything wrapped and ready. And anyway, so hopefully I'll have those done and be showing them to you next week. All right, some spinning. I did spin a lot for the border on this. I ended up spinning maybe 2 to 2.5 ounces. And it was just like 60 yards at a time. And that was also, for this, I also end-plied or chain-plied the border. And I knit it on a big needle. I started out on 9s and then I ended up with like a 10 or 10.5. So it went really fast and it was addictive. And all I can talk about is that shawl this today. All right, spinning. Yeah, I was talking about that spinning, but I also have something on my wheel. This is Driving at Night. This is Gourmet Stash, her blingy blingy base, Superfine Merino and Stellina. And this is much more purple and less blue than it's showing. Come on, that's not right. So I have an ounce already spun. This is the rest of the 2 ounces that I've separated out. And, oh, actually, no, this is 2 ounces. Anyway, I'm going to 2-ply this, and I'm really enjoying that. The colors are gorgeous. It's like purples and periwinkles and blues and a little bit of whites. So just really nice. I have something on my bead whorl as well. Look at that pink. This is also Gourmet Stash. This is something she sent to me just as a gift, and it's just so nice to spin. I love it. I know you're shocked. It's the Dinafash 4 ounces of Luxe Remnants, and this is 20% cashmere, so it is very luxe, and superfine merino. Excuse me. So Dinafash is an Outlander reference. It's in Scotland what you say to somebody when you're like, don't worry. Dinafash, lassie. Jamie will save the day. All right, so look at these colorways. These are her Outlander colorways, and there's 2 of each color. Lovely, lovely, lovely. I already have one of the pink going. This is like, what does she call it? Claire's Herbarium-ish. I think that, at least that color, this pink color is in that colorway. We've got a green that's reminiscent of waterweed, not quite the same. And then this is very much Samhain, which I've spun on the yak silk. And then this is maybe Je suis prêt, maybe? Je suis prêt is what you say in fencing, right? When someone says en garde, you say Je suis prêt. I'm ready. And it's also the Fraser family clan motto. So that's what I'm spinning. And oh yes, fleece processing. I had a day this week when I was just, I didn't know what to do. I was just feeling off. I don't know, something was wrong. Something was not right. And I couldn't tell what it was. You know that song from Madeline? If you have kids, maybe you do. So many tangents today. All right. When something was not right, I did some combing. And it was very soothing. I have 4 ounces of tiny little combed, excuse me, combed nests. And this is from Yogurt's fleece. Yogurt is a massive fleece I have. I guess not that massive. Massive to me, like 5.5, 6 pounds. And Yogurt is a Corriedale Border Leicester Romney cross. An adorable sheepy. And I hand combed all this. A staple length is 4 to 5 inches maybe. And yeah, this one's gotten a little bit roughed up. I think this is going to spin really thin. I'll be spinning forever and ever and ever. So I have lots and lots of these. I could probably start spinning now. I've got 4 ounces to begin with. So don't know if I'll dye it first or not, but it's gonna be gorgeous. And I love this little basket of bundles. So that's it for spinning and fleece processing. Acquisitions. The thing I actually bought from Gourmet Stash was a set of Punis that I've regretted not getting for almost a year. And she had a few left, and it was probably my last chance for a good while to get these. These, she makes the nicest, tidiest, most fun to spin Punis. I just adore them. So this one is Guinness for Strength. Merino, superfine merino, cashmere, silk, and bamboo. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a pint of Guinness? Oh, look at that. Look at that. They are just little lovelies. Little tiny lovelies. Oh, I've meant to say that these will probably be spun into like squares, yarn for blanket squares. And this, I don't know, but I had to have it. I adore it. Okay, I have one other acquisition that I have not yet opened. This is a present, a Christmas present for my husband. You might see that there's tape with peacocks on it. Any guesses? You're saying, Emily, your husband's not a spinner? Regrettably, no. But the Spanish peacock has a sort of a side business. I'm going to open this up. Called Flashdance Designs. And I've not yet even dug into the box. And Flashdance Designs is sort of a glass etching. I think they may do other etching, like maybe plastic too. Anyway, they do etchings, custom etchings. I think that's what you call it. They have a laser engraving machine, or I could be making this up, but basically they give you glasses with cool stuff on them. So I sent them the seal from my husband's ancestral village, if you will, where his parents live. They have an actual seal for the town, and I had it put it on whiskey glasses, and let's see what they look like. Oh my gosh, they're perfect. Can you see that? Let me see if I can get I don't want to drop it, something behind it so you can see the seal a little bit better. There it is. So now he has 3 whiskey tumblers, one for me, one for him, one for my father, or if one of them breaks, because my father often comes over and drinks whiskey with us at the end of a day, if it's a special day, or even if it's just a day. So we have 3 of these, and they're perfect. They have a really nice heft. I'm so excited to give these to him. He's going to love them. It's beautiful. It's a thoughtful thing. I hope he'll really like it. I've seen them also where they do a thistle on the bottom. It's pretty cool. So I also got him a really nice bottle of single malt scotch. The Balvenie Caribbean cask, which I've tasted and loved. So I hope he likes it too. Okay, so just a few things still to talk about. I wanted to tell the story. It's a story about my blue ball, and it's not what you think. Leanne, who was on the show last week, people are always giving her yarn, and I know I've mentioned this before in the podcast, but I haven't told you what's happened since with my blue ball of yarn. It's our blue ball of yarn, really. One day she was coming over and she said somebody's grandmother died and she was a knitter and she's giving me her stash. So she brought like 2 giant black trash bags of yarn. And, oh, sorry. And we went through them. She gave me some of the yarn, and she tried to give me this blue mohair. Not really. Technically, I can't say that I'm not a fan because I really haven't knit with it. But the idea of it, I don't know. I haven't gone there. It's kind of bugs me, the mohair thing. At least like 100% or mostly mohair. Yeah. It's so hairy. And to frog it is almost impossible. And I like having the option to frog. So anyway, somehow that blue ball of mohair got left at my house. And I was like, I told you I didn't want this. So I tried to give it back to her. And she didn't want it either. So I was over there and I left it at her house on purpose. And she found it and gave it back to me and left it at my house on purpose. And then this summer, I hid it really well at her house. So well that she hasn't found it till now. Recently. And she came over last week. It was when she recorded the podcast with me. I had no idea what she was up to because I had forgotten all about the blue ball. And I was doing some laundry. And my laundry policy is that if you don't take it out of your pockets and it ruins your clothes, you should have taken it out of your pockets. Because I'm not going through everyone's pockets. I do the laundry around here. But I just dump the laundry basket in the washer and put it on cold. And I'm good. So Leanne must be a much more conscientious housekeeper than I am. Because I'm not about to be putting my hands all over your dirty clothes. No. Leanne stuck the blue ball in a basket of laundry. You want to guess what happened? This happened. The blue ball is felted. I should cut it open and see what happens. Ooh, it's hard to cut. Let's see if it's felted inside. Oh boy. Yeah. It's felted in there. I just cut open the blue ball. Let's see. I should hang it from my Christmas tree. Yay! So that's the story of the blue ball. A little story of gift exchanges that tend to happen around the holidays, but for us has been an ongoing thing. For like 2 years maybe? I don't know. I have a hard time keeping track of time. So, kind of funny, kind of fun. I think the blue ball needs to live on. What do you think? Okay. All right, so we have an Ask Fibertown. Where's my iPad? Where's my iPad? Yes, here it is. Okay, so thank you for sending in your questions to Ask Fibertown, because then we can talk and it's fun. Let's see. Okay, so question number 38. What is it? Oh, Evangelizia. What are your go-to holiday gifting patterns? I have seen that a lot of people tend to make more vanilla socks, hitchhikers, etc. Things that knit up fairly quickly. What are the things you make most during the holidays? Tell you, a hitchhiker does not go quickly for me. I get so... No. I go slowly. What I do fast are not socks either. Although some people do. It's just your mileage may vary, what kind of knitter you are, what kind of projects you like. Thing I can crank out is a hat. I can do a hat in a night if it's worsted or bulky. If it's... I like to do hats out of handspun too. That's fun. Yeah, hats. The coffee cup cozy is not a bad idea either. I mean, I don't know, it's not a really personal gift, but that's why it's good for teachers. Hats. If you are a weaver, weave a scarf. That won't take long. I say that as I'm looking at my loom. It's got a scarf that's been on there for a week. I usually warp my loom and then I weave the thing on it and like no more than 4 days. I'm done. For some reason, it's not happening today. Is that the UPS truck, Al? Are they bringing you packages? Anyway, we're kind of ridiculous today. Alice is just a lump here in my lap, too. So, oh no, that's a trash truck. What do you guys knit for the holidays? Are you doing the Grinch-along with the Knit More Girls, where you're just knitting for yourself? I would be Grinch-alonging if I wasn't knitting these. I got the 15 minutes. It's crochet. Doesn't count. Technically, no. I'm not participating in the Grinch-along, but I really like the idea, and I often do not knit for the holidays at all. The nunchucks and these coffee cozies. That's it. I have knit hats for my niece and nephews in the past. I haven't seen them wearing them very much. And I find a lot of people don't want handmade gifts. And that's their prerogative. But that makes me want to knit less for people. So I think the Grinch-along is, you know, it's a good idea. And I don't enjoy like last minute gift knitting at all. I've done it and, you know, it's like self-inflicted disappointment because often people don't really love it. And I at least have put a lot of time and effort into it, and maybe it's selfish for me to want them to like it. But, you know, I have learned. I've learned who wants hand knits and who doesn't. So I would say knit with caution and knit something you can do fast and very stress-free. So if you have like a hat recipe like I do, I tend to have, you know, I know my gauge, I know what yarns will go fast, use big needles. I tend to know what to do to get it done quickly. So I would say something you're familiar with, something you think they'll like, or you know preferably that they will like, and then, yeah, get it done stress-free. Don't knit for everybody. Don't knit for everybody. Know your recipient. Anyway, last thing I want to tell you about. I'm so excited about this. In mid-February, I am going to my very first retreat, knitting retreat. Retreat of any sort. I've never been to a retreat. I've never retreated. How has this happened? I'm 42 and I have never retreated. I'm going to the Virginia Beach Yarn Getaway. It is hosted by Knit Crit, who on Ravelry. I think she's Knit Crit on Instagram too. Oh my gosh, you're shedding today. Little white Boston Terrier hairs all over me. Anyway, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to be there for 2 nights. It is at a hotel at Virginia Beach. I love the beach in the winter. And there's a trip to a local yarn store. There's just going to be, it is very low key. It's very, very affordable. Registration is under $50. And then you're paying for a hotel, which is sort of winter at the beach cheap, and it sleeps up to 5 people. So very, very, very doable. And it's about 3 hours from me. So yeah, check it out. And a lot of people that I am dying to meet are going to be there. And it should be a very good time. Door prizes and fun, and I'm sure I'll bring a bottle of whiskey with me. Okay, folks, so let's have a doggy goodbye. There's a very sleepy girl because it's a rainy day and she hasn't had any walkies today. Whoa, that was like slow motion. I haven't had any walkies, but maybe we'll go to the bus stop later? Whoa, your heartbeat's even low. You feel her little heart. Usually it's going like a hummingbird's. Speeding up for walkies. Yes. Well, I hope you all have a fabulous week wherever you do be. And wherever you do be, have happy knitting. And take care. Bye-bye.